All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Today we have a Muhammadan who supposedly the Muslim, they claim that he was one day a Christian and he became a Muslim, and now he became Ustad. Ustad in Arabic language, this is not something Indonesian actually. It's meaning master, teacher, like high quality of knowledge. But obviously this guy, the same as the rest of them, they have no idea what they are talking about. Let us not to waste time and let us listen to his name is what? Ustaz Insan. Just to inform Ustaz Insan, already we invited him to call us live. And right now I'm going in my Skype. I will be live and nobody will be allowed to talk to me except him. Only him can call me. So Ustaz Insan, you are more than welcome to call me and I will be happy to have you. Just do it. I'm sure you will never do it, but we do our best. So what Ustaz Insan, he said to me, and this is a message was sent to me, and actually he called me foolish, fool, a bunch of titles. I don't know if I deserve them or not, we will see. First of all, let me make it clear. I don't want to insult this man. He's an old man. He's in the age of my father. But I am still allowed to insult the stupidity. So I will not insult you as a man because of your age. I respect your age. Me as a Christian, I've been taught to respect all people. However, we don't respect stupidity. Let us see what Ustaz Insan he said about Christian Prince and what you want to say to him.
Dear viewers, in the first episode, here are the answers from the question of all claims of Christian Prince towards Islam, Quran, Prophet Muhammad SAW, and Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. We will provide the answer in English so that the world understands that the knowledge of Christian Prince about Islam and Christian is very shallow. We want it to be done fair, so we hope he will open his face marks and we have a face-to-face dialogue.
Alright. The first thing, Mr. Insan, welcome, and I'm happy that you are trying to refute me as you said. And how shallow is my knowledge. We will see in a few minutes from now who is shallow. First of all, about my face, I don't know where you get my picture from because I look good there with the mask. However, my friend, maybe you do not know that as long you will not accept somebody to speak to you unless he show his face, well, why you don't ask your God Allah to show his face? Allah in the Quran, he said, he will never speak to anyone unless he is from behind a hijab. But hijab is for girls. Your God saying, I will never, ever speak to a person unless I am from behind a veil. Do you see it? This is your Quran, my friend. You don't worship me to see my face. You do not need to see my face. But you need to see the face of your God Allah. Yet your prophet never saw him, never met him, never heard his voice, and you have no idea who is this Allah, who speaks from behind the veil as you see. So before you ask me about showing my veil, myself, I am not behind the veil, but I'm a very person. Let us say, the Lord, the Messiah, he says, if you give with the right hand, don't let the left hand know. So for me, it's a blessing that people don't know who I am, for I'm doing all this work for the sake of the Lord. So I receive more glory of my own. But maybe because you are handsome, you like to be in the camera. Not my case. But as you see, your God Allah himself, he never, ever, ever spoke except from behind a veil. And here we have a question mark about this veil, how it is, because you Muslim, you put it in the head, while Allah speaking from behind it. So obviously you Muslims, you have no idea what the veil is. The veil is a curtain, is not something you cover your head. Otherwise you have to believe that Allah is wearing hijab in the top of his head and he's a female. Now let us go back to what you want to say to us. The first start wasn't good. Let us see, maybe a minute after, things will get better.
The videos will be divided into many episodes and titles, and are presented using English and Indonesian. Subtitle is provided. Now, for the first episode, we begin about Trinity. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear viewers,
I don't know, you are too late to say Assalamu alaikum. As I know, you remind me with this, with your Prophet Muhammad. When the angel came to him and he squeezed him 3 times, he did not say to him Assalamu alaikum. And then after he squeezed him, he gave him Quran, yet he did not say to him Assalamu alaikum. Then Muhammad, he went home, and yet the angel did not say to him Assalamu alaikum. Muhammad was shivering, shaking, going crazy, and yet the angel did not say to him Assalamu alaikum. Now after 3 minutes from entering the room or the house, you say Assalamu alaikum. I think you have a problem here. And by the way, your Prophet said never start anything without saying the word Insha'Allah. For if you don't, your work is from the devil. You better learn your religion, my friend. Continue. Assalamu alaikum. And by the way, the word Assalamu alaikum is not Islamic. This is stolen from the Jewish and from the Christian teaching. When the angels came to Mary, the angel, he said to her, Shalom to you, Mary. Assalamu alayki ya Maryam. Ya mumtali'a ni'matan. Mubarakatun anti bayna nisa. So you Muslims stole it from us. Shalom to you. Even that is a theft. Continue, my friend.
Christian prince doesn't understand the history of the origin of Trinity. It appeared in AD 325 when the Conference of Nicaea from 20th May to 25th June AD 325. At the time, bishops and leaders of the church gathered in order to talk about the status of Jesus, led by King Constantine. Since at the time there was a group of Arius who argued that Jesus wasn't God, while a group of Athanasius argued that Jesus was a part of Allah himself.
Alright. You see, you spoke about shallow knowledge. Now, you see, usually I use certain words, but because you are an old man, I'm not going to say it. Can you show us the reference where Arius, he said, Jesus is not God? So listen carefully. You are making many episodes. Either you show me the reference where Arius, he said that Jesus is not God, or you have to admit that you are a certified idiot who do not know what are you talking about. In fact, Arius, not only he said Jesus is God, he said he is the Son of God too. So you are an idiot who do not know what Arius talking about. If we go right now and see Arius quotation, not my quotation, not my quotation. Let us put it in the screen. This Islamic organization, they choose this ustaz to refute the Christian prince. Are you okay? Are you sure? This is the quotation of Arius. If God and Christ were equal, then Christ should be called God brother, not God son. So you crazy man who do not know what are you talking about, Arius agreed that the Messiah is God's son, but he is not equal to the Father. That's it. He never denied that Jesus is God. He said that there is a higher God and Messiah is another God, and nobody saw the Father, the Godhead. The only God mankind they knew is Jesus. So what are you talking about? You are not only ignorant, you eat too much beans, and the smell is all over. And not only that, Arius did not deny that there is a Father, there is a Son, and there is Holy Spirit. No. All what Arius said, that the Son have a beginning, which the Christians, which is us, we don't agree about. That's it. You are an ignorant who do not know what we are talking about. If we go right now and see all the studies made about Arius, even by those who are against Christianity, even your Islamic website, actually there is a Muslim website I found, I can show what Arius said in their website, and you will see that this guy, he is so ignorant. He did not even do little search before he opened his mouth. If you read some of the quotation of Arius, you will see the following. If the Father begot a Son, he was begotten must have a beginning of existence. So what he is saying, that the Messiah is a Son of God, yes, but there is a beginning of existence. So he did not deny that the Messiah is Son of God. You are really, really ignorant. And here's the reference in front of you on the screen. Arius said that the Messiah was created out of nothing because God wanted to create God, so he will be the mediator between God the Father, for nobody can see him, and then he created God the Son, who is the only God mankind knew, and he is the one who created everything. So what you are talking about is very silly and very stupid. Now, if we go back to your statement, I don't know if I should show more quotation, but I think people get the point. I was astonished about your stupidity and your shadow of knowledge, not only about Christianity, but about Islam, and we will see that in a few seconds from now. Continue, please.
Eventually, King Constantine decided that Athanasius was the right one. So Jesus was appointed God by human as the result of the conference. Jesus never knew if he was appointed God in AD 325 because he died in AD 29.
What? Brother, are you sure that you are a Muslim? This guy, he just admitted that Jesus died in the year 29 AD. Did I hear correctly? Hold on, I need to play this again, because sometimes Shaitan, he pisses in my ears, as the Prophet Muhammad said, peace upon him. Say again, please. I did not hear it.
He died in AD 29. It's almost 300 years after his death. As long as he lied.
You are hilarious, man. You know what? If I pay you, the Muslim now, they will accuse me that you are a fake Muslim and I pay you money, because always they do that. They say, and all those who leave Islam, after they talk to me, I bring them to the show or the program, and they are paid by me. I think you are one of them. You just admit it, and listen carefully what this guy he said. You cannot hear him? Guys, you cannot hear him? Really? You cannot hear him? Hold on. So all this talk now, you guys, you heard nothing? How come? Okay, hold on. I apologize. I did not see that. Okay, let us go switch to the normal microphone then. Alright there, guys. Then we have to go from the beginning. Why nobody told me from the beginning? Oh boy. We will go from 0. You hear him or no? Low voice? You hear him, but it was low voice? Okay, tell me now, do you hear? I'm going to play the video. Do you hear correctly? Please let me know. Oh, hold on, let me put the headset. Because I took the connection. I have a setup here. Alright, let us see now if it's going to work.
Dear viewers, in the first episode, here are the answers from the question of or claims of Christian prince towards Islam, Quran, Prophet Muhammad SAW, and Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala.
Alright, so did you hear him in the beginning when he was talking? I was playing his video. You were hearing it or not? Because you guys are making me confused now. Shall we go from the beginning again or what? Did you hear it from the beginning? Did you hear the guy from the beginning? Yeah, so why are you complaining? I mean, why you people complain we don't hear him? You made us go all the way back to 0 now. Now yes, before no? I'm saying from the beginning when we start live on air, did you hear the guy speaking? Yes or no? The beginning is okay? Looked like somebody was having a problem from his side. Anyway, let us see from the beginning, no problem.
We will provide the answer in English so that the world understand that the knowledge of Christian prince about Islam and Christian is very shallow. We want it to be done fair, so we hope he will open his face masks and we have a face-to-face dialogue.
You know, just to let you know about me, I do shoulder to shoulder. And about my face, I don't show my face because the last time I show my face, you know, there's like a big disaster happened. I'm not handsome like you, my friend. And I mentioned before that your God, Allah himself, he never show his face. So maybe me and Allah, we have a lot of common. Allah, he said in chapter 42, verse number 51, it is not fitting for a man that Allah should speak to him except by inspiration or from behind a veil. Can you let me know, please, why Allah is wearing a veil? Maybe this is additional proof that your God, Allah, is a female, because as I understand that Muslims don't wear veil unless they are females. Yet your God, Allah, is in a veil. Continue, please. And I do not know why Muslims, all of them, they want to see my face. Are you interested in my face or in my teaching? Which one is hurting you now? Why you are making videos about Christian prince to refute the Christian prince if you never saw my face? It obviously is not really important. Otherwise you will not be there just speaking to answer me, you know, and calling me all those nice names.
The videos will be divided into many episodes and titles, and are presented using English and Indonesian. Subtitle is provided. Now, for the first episode, we begin about Trinity. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear viewers, Christian Prince doesn't understand the history of the origin of Trinity. It appeared in AD 325 when the Conference of Nicaea from 20th May to 25th June AD 325. At the time, bishops and leaders of the church gathered in order to talk about the status of Jesus led by King Constantine. Since at the time there was a group of Arius who argued that Jesus wasn't God, while a group of Athanasius argued that Jesus was a part of our.
This is a very false claim, as we explained. Arius movement had nothing to do with believing Jesus is not God. This guy is an ignorant. He does not know what he's talking about. Actually, it's the opposite. Arius agreed that he is God. He is the Son of God. Or what Arius said, that Jesus the Christ, the Son of God, was created in a certain point. Because God wanted to have a God, or God, who present him to the mankind as a mediator between God the head and the man. So God the Son is Jesus. This is what Arius said. So this idiot, he did not know. He said that Arius said that Jesus is not God. If we ask him, can you show us one reference from Arius' statement that he said that Jesus is not God? He will fail. Why? Because he is an ignorant man. All of you can go right now and you can search what Arius said. Don't take my word for granted. Don't take his word for granted. Go and search right now in Google and you will find that this guy is lying like he's a prophet. And we showed you previously the quotation from Arius himself, confirming that he believed that Jesus is the Son of God, which means he is God, but he is not equal to the Father. If God and Christ were equal, then Christ should be called God brother, not God son. This is Arius himself quotation. Why you are lying? This is another quotation from Arius. If the Father begotten the Son, that he was begotten had beginning of existence. So he is agreeing that Jesus is begotten Son, but he is begotten Son with a point of existence. And from this evident that there was a time when the Son was not. It is therefore necessarily follows that he had his substance from nothing. Not only that, actually, Arius agree that Jesus the Christ is the one who created everything. He is the creator of the earth and the heaven, of the human being, of Adam and Eve, of the mountains, of the water, of the tree. He agree with that. So when this man, he says something to you, obviously he is either an ignorant or he is a liar. Choose one. Muslims, which one? Which one we should choose? I will leave that for you. Arius actually, he used the Bible, which he agreed with, that the Messiah was exist before ages. Or what he is saying, that those ages, claiming that ages here mean before the existence of anything. So the Messiah was exist from ancient time, before time is exist. But still there's a point of existence. And this is what Christians don't agree with. So you are an ignorant man who open his mouth, who do not know. I mean, before you go and answer a Christian friend, shouldn't you go, maybe he would read an article written by some Abdul online, Is that where you get your knowledge from? Abdul online knowledge? Let the Abdul help you. Continue.
Allah himself. Eventually, King Constantine decided that Athanasius was the right one. So Jesus was appointed God by human as the result of the conference. Jesus never knew if he was appointed God in AD 325 because he died in AD 29.
I want the Muslim to focus with me here. This guy, he confirmed that Jesus, he died in AD 29, and he said, not me, he never knew that he'd been appointed as God, for he died in AD 29, and he became God, according to this man, 300 years after. That means Jesus is not alive. And this is totally destroyed the lives of Muhammad, because Muhammad, he said, not me, Muhammad, he said, that the Messiah is in heaven and nobody crucified him. وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ. And the funny, you are talking about my ignorance in my belief and your belief, but yet you just admitted that Muhammad is a false prophet, and his teaching in the Quran in chapter 4 verse number 157, where he says they killed him not, is absolutely a fraud. And if you want to say to me, I was saying according to Christianity, no, you cannot say that, because you said Jesus never knew. So now we are talking about Jesus not knowing what's happening in this earth. For he died in the year 29 AD. So you cannot say, oh, I was saying that according to Christianity Jesus died. No, for you confirmed your explanation by saying that he never knew, for this has happened 300 years after while he died in the year 29. So Jesus cannot be alive then, because this is how you confirm he never knew. For if Jesus is alive, then he will knew in the year 300 he's alive. So you are ignorant about your religion, confirming that the Quran is a fraud and Muhammad is a liar, and you are just a follower who follow blindly without knowing even what is there. I don't think even you opened the Quran ever, did you? Let us continue with this. And by the way, I love it when those Muslims from Indonesia, they call themselves Ustad. They love titles. I mean, their prophet cannot call him without saying Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Allah pray on him and salute him. Allah pray on Muhammad. Why? Who is the God? I heard that somebody pray to God. I heard that people pray to the God. Ask God. But Allah, he pray on Muhammad. Allah pray to who? And this is the same. Ustad. Ustad what? You don't even know how to quote your Quran. You do not know our Bible, and you are an idiot. Continue.
It's almost 300 years after his death. As long as he lived, Jesus never claimed that he was God.
Are you sure, brother? Jesus never claimed that he is God? That's embarrassing. You know what? I saw your video already. I'm going to use verses you showed us in the screen, the chapter you choose for us, not the chapters I choose. And from the chapters you choose, you idiot, we will show you that Jesus says he is God. Remember, Muslims, this guy is going to quote for us now the Bible to prove his point. But by quoting those chapters, he got himself busted. Listen carefully.
He even testified that God or Allah is one. He himself claimed that he was just sent by God. In the Gospel of John chapter...
Hold on. Jesus, he confirmed that God is one. I mean, you are a certified idiot again. Because all the Bible teach that God is one. Not only the one, you are quoting for me that Jesus, the Trinity, came to existence in the meeting of Nicaea, but this is the meeting of Nicaea agreement. The first line you will read there, you idiot, it says that I believe in one God, the Father, the Almighty. Do you see it? You told your followers that the meeting of Nicaea is to confirm that there's a Trinity. But as you see, this is the final agreement of this council. What is the final agreement said? We believe in one God. I believe in one God, the Father Almighty, the maker of the heaven and the earth, all of things visible and invisible. So you lied about Nicaea, saying that there we created a Trinity. Where do you see the Trinity? Do you see the word Trinity in the whole council? Here we go. This is the whole agreement. I believe in one Lord, Jesus the Christ, the only begotten Son of God. They did not even mention the word Trinity. Why did it not mention the word Trinity? Because the whole meeting was not about the Trinity. The whole meeting is about if Jesus exists before the time, not as this man he said, because he said there's a point of existence. The whole meeting is not about the Trinity. The whole meeting is about the existence of the Messiah and the point of existence, as this man he lied, or he had his own understanding of the Bible. So God from God, light from light, true God from true God. This is God. God is one. Begotten, not made, as this guy he's saying he was made. So you see here the final answer is to answer this man. This man agreed that there is a Son of God, agreed there is a Holy Spirit, agreed there is Father, and he never said they don't exist. He had his own definition for the Holy Spirit. He says the Holy Spirit is the power of God, it exists in many ways, which is not what the Bible teaches. He believed that Jesus is Son of God, but he's created, and he was not exist in a certain point. He believed that God the Son is not equal to the Father. So the whole council was to meet and to refute this man, and anything you said is a false, have nothing to do with the topic.